Good morning. It's day number 13, I think. Now I'm getting lost on how many days we've been on here, so I'll have to double check that, put it in the title of the video. But here we are. Found this really fantastic spot just above Diamond Lake, and we were super happy to get here after a very long, tiring day. We're pretty proud of ourselves. We made our miles yesterday, and it was somewhere around 5,000 feet of elevation gain, so that was a lot. And we're in the Indian Peaks Wilderness, and it's beautiful, and here we are. Yeah, that's about it. All right, so this is Diamond Lake, where we're camped. We didn't have a view of the lake from our campsite, but we were so tired last night. We were just happy to find a place to camp and did not care. But in the morning, here we are on our way out. Really nice lake here, and those of you in the Boulder area may recognize it because it's not that far away. So kind of funny. We ended up here. There was I think I mentioned yesterday, there was a closure of the trail on the west side of the Continental Divide due to the Devil's Thumb fire. It's not very big, but the trail went right through the middle of it, so there's no chance they're going to reopen it. So we're diverted onto the east side of the Continental Divide, which is kind of a lot of the trails you can access from Estes Park, Boulder area, and the 4th of July trailhead. So here we are in the Indian Peaks Wilderness, and we had a great night of sleep, and we're on our way out up through Devil's Thumb Park and then back to the Continental Divide, where we'll continue the main route. Still some snow up here. The end of July. I haven't been in this area in a really long time. I remember it took me a few moments, but the trail we came in on last night, I remember hiking that as a kid. A little wet here from all the snow melt. But yeah, I kind of forgot how pretty this area was. All right, so we just crossed back on the CDT weather. As you can see, we have been rained on twice for the moment. Just a couple raindrops. Anyway, quite nice up here, very pretty. And, that's where we came from, just above Devil's Thumb Park and Lake. That was really pretty down there. We're just walking down the trail. We're going to be up high like this for a couple miles and try to get over James Peak by the end of today. There's a Winter Park ski area over there, getting rained on, along with part of the rest of the Fraser Valley down there. Not so bad where we are, though. Otherwise, I'd be running down if I saw that over our heads. So lightning every now and then. But we'll keep moving along. Good morning. It's actually morning. About 7 a.m., something like that, 7:15. Anyway, about 5, early evening last night, the skies unleashed the fury. I thought we were getting lucky, but our luck ran out. And we walked for a little while, but just got too wet and too cold. So we ended up here at Rollins Pass, which was definitely not as far as we planned on going, but we saw this little sign here, made a run for it. It provided a tiny bit of shelter, and we just decided to set up the tent so we just wouldn't get more cold and more wet. So here's where we were for the night. Super glamorous CDT camping. Pretty funny, right in front of the sign. One of these there's a warning here on the sign. I just read one of those middle bullet points. That yellow sign says, place tents and park vehicles in areas where they will not be hit if trees fall. So we at least, we did that one. Did pretty good there. The other nice thing is right by that sign is where we were thinking of setting up the tent. It's a good thing we didn't, because you see that lovely little mini lake that formed overnight with the rain. So anyway, we stayed dry, we got warm, had a good night of sleep. Pretty lucky, kind of funny after we got dried off and warmed up. Anyway, too bad we didn't make our miles yesterday, so we're getting an early start. We'll try to beat the weather and make it. I think we're going over that ridge you can see in the distance, and hopefully to Berthoud Pass. If not, we're gonna head back here and get a ride into town from here. So this is a start to our day number maybe 13. Kind of windy, but as of now, pretty nice up here with our fleeces and hats on. It's definitely colder than it has been this whole trip, but this is pretty cool. Less windy right here. I think that's James Peak right in front of us, and I think we're going to attempt to do some kind of traverse on that ridge to the other high peak that's in those clouds. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is kind of cool high alpine ridge walk. And its baby standing up there in the middle of the frame making that chirping. Oh, there's another baby on the trail standing up now. This is a parent with two babies plus a little pika running around. Yeah, Wild Kingdom over here. Dustin and I were hiking up this trail. It's pretty epic. I feel like the Indiana Jones theme music should be playing here. Marmot's eating marmot salad or something on top of James Peak. We're on Perry Peak, I think, and came from over there, that peak with the snow on it. And we're going, oh, that's the Fraser Valley down there, with Fraser, the town, Winter Park somewhere in the back. That peak, that's where we're going next. I think that's Mount Eva.